Hello friends and welcome back to Car Talk, a channel where we give you a clear, crisp and a direct review of a car without any unwanted drama, stories or time wastage. So the car in action today is the new Maruti XL6. This of course is based on the Ertiga and will only be sold through Nexa dealerships. Only a 1.5 petrol is on offer right now with both manual and automatic transmission. Of course, the USP of the cabin is the 6-seater layout. Can this be a good, affordable alternative to the Toyota Innova Krista? And more importantly, can this be a good family vehicle? Well, that is the big question I'll answer today on this video. Now it's surprising how small changes can make an otherwise not so beautiful looking vehicle into a bolder vehicle. This is based on the Ertiga, but if you park the Ertiga parallelly next to the XL6, you cannot make out the underpinnings of this vehicle came from the Ertiga. It is that good. The front end is completely revised. It's muscular, you have more weight after, it's bolder. In fact, during the presentation, Maruti went to the extent of calling this an SUV. There are SUV traits, for example, the hood is raised, the headlamps are new, they are of the LED type, you have DRLs and this bumper, that is what gives the front end a new character. Even the grille is all new. On the side profile, you have these new body claddings which extend towards the rear of the car as well. They are slightly overdone, mainly because the wheel size remains same. In my opinion, if Maruti could have gone for taller wheels with a wider patch, they would have looked very nice under the cladding part. At the back again, the biggest change is the new bumper. Like the front one, it's more muscular, adds weight to the vehicle. So in the first round of design, it's work well done by the Maruti designers. I would have given this 9 out of 10, but for the tires, so from me it's 8 out of 10. Now we'll start about the cabin from the second row because this is the USP of the XL6. Now this is the only car in the price segment to come with independent captain seat for the second row, which is something the Krista, the Innova Krista, is very famous about. Now the front seat has been positioned for my height. I stand 6 feet tall, and as you can see, there is a good 4 to 5 inches of space of knee room I have over here. I can also slide my feet under the front seat, so this gives me a very comfortable and a relaxed seating posture. Secondly, because these are independent seats, you can slide them independently for leg room, and you can even recline the backrest angle very easily for a more comfortable journey. The doors are very large. They also open up quite wide. The windows themselves, they roll down almost completely flat. The AC, the roof mounted AC, is very effective, at least for the second row passengers. You have your charging outlets, a couple of places to keep your mobile phones, and multiple pockets behind the front seats over here for your magazines. One more USP over here is the ease of sliding these independent seats from this button, this hook over here. It's a one-touch operation. You want someone to go back or the rear passengers want to get out, this is what you do. You lift this. That's it. Quite simple. This also means I have to show you the space at the rear, so that is what is coming up next. Now things in the third row are not that bad. A, I can recline the backrest, which I've done right now, and B, I can even slide the second row forward, which I've done by a small margin. By doing that, I feel reasonably comfortable. I still have, I think, a couple of inches left in terms of headroom. So for kids or for smaller adults, this is a good place to be. This is the top end version, so you have all black interiors with leather seats. For the last row passengers, you get a charging outlet over here, and you get 2 cup holders. No individual AC vents, but the roof mounted ones, I think they work very well. Last but not the least, space at the back with the 3 rows up. Well, let's have a look. Now the boot space of the XL6 is similar to that of the Ertiga, which is a good thing. The last row is up. I've even reclined the last row seats. They should be like this, in fact, and if I do this, the space can take in, I think, a couple of medium-sized suitcases very easily, and you have this hidden place where you can keep a couple of backpacks as well. Now if you want more space to move your house, what you do is you lift this and the seats go flat, and the amount of space here is incredible. Now before I talk about the performance of the XL6, I will show you the first row of this car. Now the whole design of the cabin is similar to that of the Ertiga, no changes on that front. The change comes in the color combination. Now this one, the XL6, gives you an all black interior theme, which is definitely more sportier than that of the Ertiga. The Ertiga also gets 4 wooden inserts over here, and this one has a darker theme. This is a stone finish layout, which Maruti calls it. You have silver inserts at places, for example, across the width of the cabin right here. The top end version gets a touchscreen infotainment system with a rear camera and leather seats. So a rear camera and leather seats are only on the top end XL6. Now in terms of the fit and finish, it is a good place to be. You do have these hard plastics, but overall for the price, it's a job done very well. In terms of practicality though, it's a bag of mixed beans. Now I do love these cup holders, which can be cooled by the way, and there is space for my mobile, but the space under the central armrest is basically a waste. I can't even keep my phone over here, so this could have been better. Nevertheless, overall in terms of the interior comfort, features and the space at this price, I would give the the XL6 9 out of 10 marks. Finally now, let's talk about the performance part. Now before I start driving the XL6 Petrol, let me talk about the specs. As you all know, this one is only available with the petrol engine as of now, no diesel at launch. This 1.5 is the same unit that we first saw in the CRs, good for 105 PS of power and 138 Newton meters of torque. In terms of transmission, you have 2 options, a 5-speed manual, the one we have right now over here, and a 4-speed automatic. The manual certified economy stands at 19 kmpl. So the specs are good for the price on paper, but how does the XL6 drive? Well, आइए चलते हैं. Now I first drove this 1.5 in the CRs last year and later on in the new Ertiga a few months back. A big fan of the engine. I am personally a diesel lover, but given the way the torque comes in, the way this engine behaves at lower RPM for city usage, that is the USP. Of course, it's also fast enough in a straight line. We did a couple of runs from 0 to 100 in the automatic, and on the screen right now you can see approximately 12 seconds is what the automatic takes, the 1.5 Ertiga automatic from 0 to 100. So fabulous in terms of outright acceleration. Drove the 5-speed manual first, no issues in terms of the clutch action or the gear shift quality. And again, there is so much torque available lower down in the rev range. That is what makes a difference. We even went up the Nahargarh Fort, which was a quick drive in Jaipur. And that is when when you have ample torque from a petrol motor going up these steep ghats, that makes a world of difference. Later on I got a chance to sample the 4-speed automatic as well. Now don't go on the figure 4. I know it's only 4 issues to play with, but again clever tuning and the availability of torque low down in the RPM is what makes the 4-speed automatic 1.5 Ertiga, the XL6, a very good car to drive. As compared to the Ertiga, there is no change in the power delivery or the tuning, exactly the same levels of power flow or the torque flow. Second is the ride and handling. Again, I was assuming this would be slightly stiffer setup or probably higher ground clearance. That is not the case. The suspension, the way the steering behaves remains just like the Ertiga. Although I believe for the added weight of the new bumpers or the cladding, the front suspension might have been tuned slightly differently. Anyways, we had a couple of bad stretches outside the fort area, and the XL6 managed to absorb undulations very well in a quiet manner. No unwanted noise from the suspension or thuds from the suspension. Really behaves like a mature, larger MPV or even an SUV for that matter. So in terms of ride quality, I'm pretty happy. Steering is slightly on the heavier side for my personal liking, but that is what infuses confidence at higher speeds. You're going on a highway like this, doing 120. Heavy steering always comes handy, but at the cost of your low speed
maneuverability in traffic. Before I end the driving part, I want to highlight the NVH levels of the XL6. It's a petrol motor, so obviously no unwanted noise in the cabin. Even the outside world remains outside, and when you want to go fast, this engine, the 1.5 engine, does sound very well. I think you can hear that, right? It does have a sporty side to it. Not bad, Maruti, not bad.
So there you go, the new Maruti XL6. Now in terms of pricing, there are two different trim levels on offer. The Zeta at 9.7 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi, and the fully loaded Alpha. Even the Zeta, for that matters, has a lot of features. Now as compared to the Ertiga, the Zeta has similar features to that of the ZX-i Plus of the Ertiga, and the price difference is only 20,000 rupees. For that money, you get a much more bolder vehicle, better interiors, and of course the Nexa experience. And then the engine, the 1.5 petrol, is a gem of a unit. It's got a perfect blend of performance, convenience, the automatic, and of course the efficiency as well. From me at this Jaipur drive, from all of us at Car Talk, it's 8.5 out of 10 for the new Maruti XL6. What about you guys? Would you spend 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom for this kind of a vehicle? Let us know in the comment section below. And of course, to watch such videos from the Indian automotive industry, you know what to do. Subscribe to our channel.